Hi traders, welcome to the recap for Wednesday the 11th. And I wanted to put together this recap today because I felt it was a really good balance with the last recap I posted, which was on Friday, the non-farm payroll Friday, where I made 16 points. And as you can see for this day here, I didn't make anything near that. I made just under a point, just 3 ticks, 1 win, 2 losses, very little trading overall. There just wasn't a lot of opportunity in this day, and I think there's an important lesson in that if you're going to be trading for the long term, if you want to do this professionally, you need to understand that not every single day is going to be a massive day. You're not always going to have the potential for 5 points or 10 points or 15 points in a day. There's going to be some of those, excellent days where the market's moving well, the momentum's high, there's a lot of opportunity, and then there's going to be some days where, there's just very limited momentum, the market is not very well structured, and if you're following your rules, it just doesn't give you a lot of trading opportunity. And so it's important to not get too focused on the outcome of every individual day, because if you start to do that, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to have, if you're saying to yourself, oh, I need to make 5 points today, or I need to make 10 points, you're going to get into trades you shouldn't get into. You're going to bend your rules, you're going to break them to look for trading opportunities. And so, what we really try and do at Samurai Trading Academy, we try to have, a much wider focus, a longer term focus. You want to make sure that you're disciplined, that you're following your rules, and if you have the odd day that's not a great one, it's not too big a deal, because we care a lot more about what the outcome's going to be in terms of profitability on a weekly basis, and that leading into a monthly basis. And it takes a lot of the pressure off a trader, and that just allows them to follow their trading plan and execute at a high level. So in terms of this recap for this day, you can see here the pre-market had very little movement to it. A lot of times limited movement in the pre-market leads to limited movement once the market does open, and that did happen to be the case today. You can see here as well, there was a number of situations where I didn't trade, and that's an important quality of this sort of day, because even though some of those trades, that could have been a winner in hindsight, a trade there, but if you're trading according to your rules and you're trading in a conservative manner when the market's not moving all that well, it is going to lead to better outcomes over time. So you can see here it did save me a number of potentially losing trades. What I did get in, at least early on, just didn't have any follow through. I was looking here for a little bit more of a move up. There was potentially some profit available, but I wasn't willing to take that very small win. It's one of those things that at Samurai Trading Academy we really try to focus on having that higher risk reward, because it takes, again, a lot of the pressure off of having to maintain an extremely high win rate, especially for newer traders. So this is a case here. I was looking just for a little bit better risk reward, and it just didn't come. Took a very small loss. Had a no fill here. Some back and forth action at these problem areas. Eventually took another trade, but ran into some trouble here, so minimized my risk considerably. Not a situation where we really need to take a full risk when we identify the various the various factors kind of working against us in that position. And from there, unfortunately, we had a really nice move up, which tried to get in again following the rules and just wasn't able to get filled. And that's another important part of trading well, is making sure that you stay within the structure of your trading, that you stay within your plan. Because if you start to go outside of it and you start to essentially chase the market and try and force yourself into trades, some days that's going to work out, but more often than not, it's going to hurt you. It's going to, by breaking those rules, especially if you're a new trader, and bending them, you're going to find you get yourself into the wrong side of things and you take far too many losses. So much better to just be disciplined, follow the rules. Occasionally, yeah, you're going to miss out on a good opportunity, but in the long run, it's going to work out well for you. Finally did take a trade in here. Market was going very slow at this point. We had this great move, so I was hoping for a pop to the upside. When it didn't come, just took a smaller win in here. So, overall, very slow day, not a lot of profit potential, just a win, a couple losses, and just under a point of profit. But I think there's some really important trading lessons in here in terms of being disciplined, in terms of following your trading plan, and just not being too concerned. I'm not too worried about this day. I'm fairly happy. I pulled out a small profit. Still up a good amount for this week. Monday was a good trading day, and it's just not too big a deal because I know that the outcome of a single day is not going to determine, am I going to be able to do this professionally, right? It's more about the consistency of execution day to day, leading to profitable weeks, profitable months. So that's what's truly important. So hopefully you guys took a few good lessons from this. Uh, and if you have any questions for me or anything like that, feel free to get in touch. More than happy to help you out. All right, thanks, guys.